What's up, everybody? Gregory's Odd World here. Yep, I'm going back to work. I literally got sick for like 2 weeks. And then, actually, I was really sick for the first month. And then I just got like derailed and just did not feel good. I wasn't in a good, might as well have been sick. I was sick in my mind. And so I had to, endeavor and get through that. But got a lot of things done today at the house. Cleaning up things. I got some chores lined up for me when I get home. And I'm listening to this book called The Compound Effect. And I did put up a little short clip about that, but I kind of wanted to maybe talk about what I learned from it, and hopefully I can pass this knowledge on to you guys, and it can help you out with your everyday lives. And I really think it's important that if you're going to pass on knowledge, then try to pass on knowledge that can be used immediately. Like, this knowledge can be used today. You don't have to wait around. So one thing that actually this was from a talk from a billionaire, but I still want to start with it, is anybody, including you, obviously, because you have Michael Jordan talent at something. You do. Anybody can take their health back in like 10 days, maybe even less. But you have to really be willing to put 100% in order to get that health back. And so that means you got to get up. It means you got to drink water. It means you got to make sure you talk to people that are inspiring you to, do things that are beneficial for your life. Little small things, getting into the compound effect. Make your bed, which reminds me, I did not make my bed. I did a little bit of dishes today. I vacuumed, I straightened up, I put some batteries on the charger. I'm experiencing a little bit of hardship right now because I didn't go to work for 2 weeks, and so PG&E wants $700 something freaking dollars, and I'm like, well, I don't have it yet until like next week, so they're probably going to shut me off tomorrow. And that's just the way it goes. But you know what? I have a stove. I'm charging up some batteries. I've got some food already set aside. So I'm ready to camp it out for a few days or maybe even the week if that's what it takes. Got things online, but I don't want to get too far off the subject because we're talking about this compound effect. But anyways, these little teeny things that you can do can dramatically improve your way of living. Now, if you want to do it all at once, like cram it, I'm one of those kind of people, then that's fine. That's who you are. Or if you want to do it gradually, then, I think that's most people. They don't want the pressure of everything that's happening. And the pressure that most people experience is keeping your bills paid. And we really worry about this stuff when we're young, but as we get older, we start realizing that as my income increases, my expenses decrease or stay the same. And that's because we learn how to acquire assets. We learn how to say no to liability. We learn how to look into things that are beneficial instead of things that are going to be detrimental to your future. I mean, this is some really important stuff, but for the typical person, wake up, make your bed. There's that sergeant guy that gives that speech. I wish I could pay homage to him. I don't know his name. It's a very, very, it's a viral speech or whatever, and it was really, really good. One of these days, I'm going to find it, and I'll put it in this video. I'm going to try to remember that. I don't really have a way to write down. But anyways, moving forward. Now, the compound effect works in reverse as well. So let's say that Jim and John, let's just call them Jim and John, that's fine. So Jim decides that he's going to get up in the morning and he's going to drink a liter of water and he's going to walk on his treadmill and he's going to try to do a couple push-ups and maybe some sit-ups. And that's going to be the way he's going to start his morning. And John, he's going to get up, and immediately have a cup of coffee with some artificial sweeteners in it, because he wants to not have sugar early in the morning. And he's gonna sit there and he's gonna scroll on his phone, watch a little bit of this, watch a little bit of that, a little browsing through the social media, maybe turn on the TV and watch a little bit of this or something. Now, in the moment, it doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal, Noontime hits, and the first guy, he's like, well, I'm gonna go ahead and go for a walk, and since, or let's just say he's at work. He's finishing up, trying to get his work done or whatever, because he's an entrepreneur, so he can make this decision to go to work early and then leave earlier too. And he's trying to get his work done or whatever and all that, and he decides that after he gets home, he's gonna get his little list done that he has, whatever that it may be. Maybe it's a couple things he needs to clean, maybe it's some things he needs to fix, maybe he needs to call and let his family know that he loves them, maybe whatever. The next guy, 12 o'clock hits, and he's like, man, it's 12 o'clock, I need my first drink. So he already, he's just gonna have a beer though, just a beer, no big deal, no harm in that. And then he's a little hungry, so he decides that he's gonna have some processed meat and something that's real quick, that's actually gonna cost quite a bit more than it would to maybe go pick up stuff in the market for yourself. And by the time it gets later in the evening, around 6, Jim gets home and he's like doing a little bit of chores at the house. He's kind of cleaning up. He's made a couple calls. He's straightened up his bathroom. He just wants to kind of make things a little bit simpler for tomorrow. Writes down a little list so that he kind of is prepared for the next day. John gets home. He knows he has a little bit of liquor left in the refrigerator, so he goes and he makes himself a small little drink. What the heck? He decides to have some food delivered to his house that's not really the most beneficial food for him to be eating. And then he decides to get back on social media and go ahead and just, do what, what he wants to do. Just check out social media, maybe play some video games, watch some YouTube, whatever he wants to do. So that's what he's doing. Now, you would think, just showed up to the job site here. You would think that this would be like, not that big of a deal, because, it's just, he's doing it in moderation. So, what the heck. But if you're thinking about it in a compound, manner, then in all reality, yeah, if he does this once or twice, that's not going to be a big deal. But considering that this has become a routine, and Brandon out here today, it's become a routine, and so he's basically grooming himself to, be okay with having a drink by noon, a beer, and some shitty old food. Oh wait, it's been pretty good in here on the job site. And he's conditioning himself. He's conditioned himself to basically accept that. Now, the other guy is like he's not doing much. He's really not. But if these guys consistently do this for the next, let's just say 36 months, the difference in who they become, what they think, how they act, what they do becomes very, very clear. And so when it all starts to become very clear, people start to, think, maybe doing a little bit of this and a little bit of that isn't such a bad idea. And you'd be right. It's not such a bad idea. So here's where I'm at. I went ahead and I did a little bit of this. It's not really matching as well as obviously that because I didn't do it in this spray, but it's not supposed to really match. But the color looks good, and it needs a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I'm gonna put some trim on this. But anyways, getting back. So this compound, interesting. If you decide to just do a little bit each day that's beneficial, it is going to compound over and over and over. The results are in the consistency. If you decide to, not do things that are beneficial, in moderation, in time, the compound of that is going to add up to where you're going to gain weight, you're going to be less happy, you're going to be emotional around your friends, you're going to notice that you're alone when it comes time that you need somebody's help. You might even just, put it off on yourself to, just do things on yourself and don't ask anybody for help because you're so ashamed that why would anyone want to help somebody that can't even, do some beneficial things in moderation. It really takes a big toll on our psyche. But anyways, I just wanted to kind of talk about that, and I might talk about it a little bit more because I really enjoyed it. And this is going pretty crazy in here. So maybe I'll give you guys, I guess they're putting in new stuff here. This one, I guess, stayed. Okay. And this is a new one they put in, huh? Wow. Everybody's just like doing whatever they want. Like, who knows what's happening here? Like this place is, coming together as fast as we can get it together. Everyone's just going at it real slow. I honestly believe the reason why this job is going so slow is because of the way that it's managed. But the manager or management of this job, I don't think would feel the same. Matter of fact, I think the manager probably thinks it's vice versa. But the question I'd have to ask is what's more important, getting the task done or the loyalty? Who knows? Anyways, so I'm going to get to work because I got a couple little things. I'm going to throw up some trim and stuff out here. But yeah, there's some thoughts for you guys to think about. And I'll go ahead and I'll give you guys a little update on this, probably in a separate too, because I want to go ahead and let people know what's up. And Gregory's Oddworld, signing out.